Apologies for the audio quality this week. I normally record the audio and the video separately, except there was a problem with the audio recording this week, and so I could only get the audio direct out of the Twitch stream. So it's not as good as it normally is. We will be better next week, I promise. Enjoy.
Squire, attend me.
Ready, sir.
Hey, give me that! Ahoy, little Iggy!
For house free! Oblivion! Get in there and fight, maggot! Leroy Jenkins!
Hello, hello. It is sometime after 8:30 p.m. British summertime on Monday, August 8th, 2016, and this is episode 72 of The Unstable Portal. I'm Max Totally Futile Burst, and I'm joined by Martin Dustus Walters, although he's now on the right-hand side of your screen, and he's usually in the middle, so normally this makes sense. But then I'm also joined by Joe Cunninmarsh, who is now in the middle of the screen. How are you guys doing? I'm confused. You guys can't see it. You don't have to look at it. You just get to look at Skype. But I am thoroughly confused.
I feel reasonably okay with this whole situation.
I'm
Yeah, I'll
glad.
put it out over there on the side.
You don't feel like you've been
Yeah.
kind of put off.
I have
to the
been
right.
relegated. I've been put into bronze middle position after being in gold middle position, but it's fine. I mean,
Are you trying to say that Joe used to be in bronze medal position? Ah, dude, that's harsh. That's
I'm
harsh.
just saying that that's where how the podium works. So that, like, I didn't design the podium.
And what happens when there's a fourth person and there's no more medals? God.
Well, they're just the person
Everybody's
carrying
a
the
winner.
medals.
Oh wait, hang on. I've just realised that means I'm just permanently in the silver position. I'm forever second place. At least you guys get to sometimes be first place. Oh, sucks to be me. It sucks to be me. Anyway, we've actually got a lot to talk about tonight. It should be fun. But first of all, this is normally the part of the show where we like to thank people that have left reviews. Sadly, the review that Martin has put in the show notes is one that we have read out previously. But
I thought it was funny. Okay, fair enough.
I thought I'd wait till we start the show to tell him that. I'll read it out anyway, because if he thinks it's funny, it's probably what. Oh, he's deleted it now. Oh, what am I gonna do? What am I gonna do? He's put it back. Oh, Control Z like a boss. Oh, he's taking it. I can't work under these conditions. All right. Well, I guess we'll just thank everybody over at the Patreon then, which is what Martin is typing back in because he accidentally deleted that as well. I managed to put in the show notes this week. I was like, remember to thank everyone at the Patreon because you guys are all amazing. Your hard-earned money keeps us going. Keeps me going anyway, and it keeps the food on my table at the moment. So many of you have been donating since we launched it as a Cynical Nerds Patreon only 2 weeks ago. I feel like it was now. And it's doing really well. So thank you very much to each and every one of you. You are all absolutely amazing. What games have you guys been playing this week? Why don't we start off a little bit with Joe? Joe, what have you been doing?
Mostly playing Pokemon. Running around in our city centre, trying to fill out my Pokedex, and feeling pretty fit at the moment.
No, I should do that.
And apart from that, playing WoW Beta since I got my my Legion access finally about a week or so ago, I think.
Oh, I wonder if I got that. I never even check.
I've been trying I've been struggling a bit not to play it too much because I don't want to massively spoil it since it's actually pretty close anyway. But then every time I log on to live, I just I could level up on my beta character instead. So I've been slowly doing that. I haven't done any dungeons, pretty much just leveling my rogue and then tried Demon Hunter. I think rogue is 102 and Demon Hunter is like 101 or something.
Oh, okay,
But it
so you're
seems
not
pretty
talking
quick
about,
to level, so...
you're not talking about hundreds of hours, just maybe a few hours here and there. You've just been jumping on and giving it a go.
Yeah, just dabbling in it, really. Just to get a feel. So I'm pretty sure that rogue is going to be my main.
All right.
Decided that a while ago. So,
Yeah, Rogue seems pretty fun. Roll the Bones seems
Yeah.
a very
Outlaw
RNG, but because you can literally like use that ability. I think you've got like the level 100 talent for it is to turn Roll the Bones into Slice and Dice. So it gives you that guaranteed to get a good one. But if
I don't know
you
why anybody would take that though. Like, just play one of the other specs if you don't want the the RNG from Outlaw.
You can literally just get like
That's the
3 or
whole-
4 massive buffs at once, and it'll last like for
Yeah.
50 seconds because you've done it with maximum combo points or whatever. It seems so crazy.
But it's not even the fact that it's RNG, it's the fact, like, the funness from it is, oh, this time I got the one that gives extra combo points and the energy regen one, so my rotation's going to be this. And then another one is like, you get the cooldown one, so your rotation's going to end up being that. It's just the fact that you have to adapt your rotation based on the buffs you get that's really fun. And obviously when you get 6 buffs and then you destroy somebody in PvP or wreck the DPS meter, that'll be pretty fun as well.
Yeah, I'm sure they'll love you for that when you just like you hit that sweet spot and you just roll 6 buffs and just explode somebody, and there's nothing they can do about it. Can you use roll the bones in PvP and arena? So like battlegrounds in arena. Sorry, I mean,
Oh yeah, definitely. Yeah.
Wow.
But I think people are mostly just re-rolling for Shark, which is the 40% crit chance increase, I think.
Okay.
Yeah, since that one kind of melts people. That plus anything else is really good in PvP.
Fair enough. Fair enough. All right, Martin, what have you been doing? You just been playing some Overwatch with me, or have you got a secret life that I don't know about?
No, I've just played Overwatch with you and slept at the times that I wasn't playing Overwatch with you. Sleep. I like that.
You do definitely look like you could use some right now. Wow.
I think it's because I had a nap. I had a nap before doing this, so I haven't kicked into gear yet. I'm still waking up.
Yeah, you did look like you were zoning out just before we started. I was like, Martin, what's up? How you doing? Staring blankly at the screen. Martin, how you doing? Staring blankly at the screen. Martin, oh yeah, sure, whatever. I don't mind. I was like, I just asked you how you were doing.
There's
Yeah,
a little bit of
absolutely
Brilliant.
still.
Don't mind how I'm doing. I'm fine. It doesn't matter how I'm doing. Stop asking questions.
All right. Well, I've been playing Overwatch, obviously, with Martin on stream. So most of you guys that are in chat right now, I'm sure you're well aware of what we've been doing this week. Off stream, I've been leveling up a Alliance Human Priest because I kind of want to check out Discipline Priest in Legion because it sounds kind of cool with the ability to like heal stuff by dealing damage. In fact, healing in Legion may be something that is kind of fun. I've pretty much decided that I'm going to play Fire Mage or play Mage when Legion comes out, and most likely Fire Mage for most of it because that is a lot of fun. But healing actually looks really interesting in Legion as well. Healing's very much it's about healing and dealing damage, especially in sort of the mythic dungeons. You've got lots of ways of dealing damage. So obviously Discipline Priest is based around your damage helping heal your guys, which is the main way that they do their healing. They've got this passive called Atonement. Certain spells put Atonement on their allies and then they heal them up. I think we discussed this a few weeks ago. But I didn't actually realize at the time that all healers have now got some kind of simple DPS rotation that they can do as well whilst they're doing dungeons or raids or whatever. So you're not just literally spamming out the heals all the time. And in fact, by the sound of things, especially if you want to be doing the high-level mythic dungeons in the game, the Mythic Plus that we discussed a few weeks ago, you'll actually be weaving in damage between your healing as well. You're going to need that extra DPS in order for your 5-man team to be able to beat the timers and destroy the mobs before they destroy you. So it sounds really cool. So I might actually end up playing a healer, but I just want to check it out a bit first. What were you going to say, Joe?
Will you have time for DPSing, like in a tough fight? Is your healing throughput is generally going to be at its maximum when you're just purely healing, surely, and then if it's a difficult fight, the amount of damage you need to heal is.
Well, I wonder if the damage in this game is a lot slower than it possibly has been before. There might be like burst damage in it, but there might actually be healing downtime periods. From playing, I mean, the priest I've been playing, I've been doing a lot of dungeons recently, so I have actually been playing Holy. I found I didn't really like doing Discipline in low-level dungeons because everyone has got that leveling up gear. Everything just explodes instantly, so it's very difficult to get any damage off with which to heal everybody. So I found I was spamming my single target heals as Discipline anyway, which is not really designed to do spam single target heals. It's designed to spam damage and therefore heal your team through that. But everything kept dying instantly. So I've been playing Holy, and I don't know. The healing for Holy feels pretty simple. You've got You've got flash heal and you've got heal. They both heal for the exact same amount, but the only difference is cast time and mana cost. So flash heal costs a crap load, heal costs next to nothing, and heal takes twice as long to cast as flash heal.
How's mana management actually? Because like I've only really been watching PvP streams. I haven't watched like many dungeon runs or anything else. But in PvP, like at least for non-healers, mana seems to be pretty much irrelevant. And for the healers in Arena, like they seem to last a pretty long time. So I'm wondering what it's like in PvE as well. Like how much you need to manage that now.
I don't know. I'm too low level to comment. If I spam flash heal, my mana goes, but not instantly. But I am a full heirloom gear. But then again, actually, they normalized everything, so internet doesn't give you mana anymore, does it? So you can always get the same number of flash heals out of your mana bar, regardless of what your gear is. So yeah, I mean, if I pretty much spam flash heal all the way through a 5-man dungeon, but we do go through them pretty quick. But it does do about half of my mana bar. I imagine if you're doing a raid encounter, you probably wouldn't be able to spam flash heal permanently. But it does still feel like you can use it a fair bit. But I couldn't really comment on mana management at the moment. But
it's hard to tell until you're actually doing something difficult. Maybe like mythic dungeons and startup raiding and stuff. You'll see.
And until we start like even doing the leveling Legion dungeons, we're not really going to know. Although me and you could jump into some, I suppose, and check it out. Yeah. Poor Martin can't. Poor Martin. Look at that face. He's so sad. He's so sad. No Legion access for Martin.
Oh, well.
All right.
When's it out? When's it out?
3 weeks.
3 weeks, yeah. End of August.
Okay.
And Demon Hunters are coming next week as well, I believe.
Demon Hunters have this tomorrow, isn't it?
Is it tomorrow? Okay, I knew it was soon.
It might be today for US, even. I'm pretty sure it's on the patch. Maybe somebody in chat knows.
Yeah, well, it's very soon anyway. Anyway, we had our huge chat about WoW 2 weeks ago, which was the last time we did a show, because last week we weren't here. Sadly, we weren't able to do the podcast last week because my family was in town, so I was seeing them because I'd not seen them for months, and it was all very nice. We had a very nice time. But sadly, none of us played any Blizzard-related games together, so we're not going to talk too much about that. In fact, what we should do is get ourselves into some Overwatch news. We've got a couple of bits of Overwatch news, and then we've got a lot of Hearthstone news. And by Hearthstone news, I mean Karazhan card reviews. We're going to be going over the first wing of Karazhan, including the prologue and the parlor, which are the two first wings that you get. The prologue is free, and then the parlor is the first one that you have to pay for, I believe. But before we get into that, we've got some Overwatch news. The Overwatch competitive season is going to end on 12 a.m. GMT on August the 18th. So that's 1 a.m. for us Brits on August the 18th, 2 a.m. for everybody in the EU, and 5 p.m. on August the 17th for West Coast North Americans. Those are all the time zones that I wrote down. You'll have to work the rest out for yourself if you don't live around there. When the season does end, we will be getting our rewards. So everyone that's participated, anybody that completed their placement matches, will be able to receive a new player icon and a special spray. These will unlock automatically when you log into your account for the first time after the season ends. If at any point during the season you manage to break into the top 500 players on your platform and in your region, you'll receive an extra player icon and animated spray on top of the other seasonal rewards. And then if
you got the bug, if you got the bug where it said you in the top 500 where you weren't, do you still get the spray?
Didn't that only happen on the beta? Did that happen live as well? Can't remember.
Pretty sure it happened live for like a day.
Oh, okay. Probably not, Martin. Probably not, because they only turned on the top 500 thing last week. So pretty sure they know.
You got that.
Yeah, Martin had a pretend top 500. He did.
And everybody believed it, did they?
Oh yeah, God. They were threatened by his sheer presence in the game. They couldn't deal with it because it was just too powerful.
I played like the worst game of Overwatch ever yesterday. After I played one game of ranked, and I got joined with a 5. It was me and then 5 down lowly rank 40 40, and they're all low 40s. And go in there and in chat, in like typed chat, they're all arguing about what people should do or how it works or how they can change heroes. We ended up with 2 snipers, and we had a Hanzo, we had a Widowmaker, we had like the support that can't heal. We had the tank who doesn't have a shield, and then some guy who couldn't DPS. And they were just arguing. And I was like, "How are you lot arguing? You were the 5. How did I get put with you lot?"
Because they were queuing together, yet they were arguing in text chat. So they'd clearly opted to play the game together, meaning that they are going to queue most likely against another 5 and a 1. If they're unlucky, another 6. And maybe if they were lucky, they might queue against a 4 and a 2. But they've basically put themselves in as an organised group, which means they're going to get put against an organised group, and they're not communicating at all, apart from arguing in the text chat about what Hanzo's role
people's
is.
Days.
Wow, I feel for you, dude. I'm very sorry. You could have brought this up when we were doing the crap that we've been playing this week. In fact, that does remind me that I need to update the thing at the bottom. So while I just try and talk and type at the same time, I am gonna.
So anyway, like they've announced a skill rating to competitive point breakdown. So the bonus competitive points that you get at the end of the season, is this your highest rank during the season, or is it your end rank?
No, it's your highest rank during the season. So you're going to get bonus competitive points at the end of the season, and whatever the highest rank you achieve that season will be what you get.
I think I snuck into 46 at one point. Yeah.
Okay, so this is what it breaks down to. Ranks 0 to 39, you're going to get 10 competitive points. 40 to 45, you're going to get 20. 46 to 49, you'll get 40. 50 to 52,
I think
60.
that's wrong. 0 to 39, you should get a full refund. And this 10 competitive points is not fair. Clearly, this game's not for you. We apologise for wasting your time. I'm one of those people, but...
It should automatically uninstall the game from your computer and issue you a free refund from Blizzard.
I am ranked 39 after that game yesterday. I went down to rank 39 and went, I'm not playing this game anymore.
Me? What the?
I know.
Oh my god.
All right, so ranks 50 to 52, you'll get 60 competitive points. 53 to 55, you're going to get 80. 56 to 59, 120. 60 to 64, 200. And 65 plus, you're going to get 300. So 300 is basically a free golden gun. And obviously anything below that is just as good as you want it to be. So anybody that's 60 and above is pretty much going to be getting a golden gun out of this season.
How many is it for it?
I suppose you would have needed to win 100 games if you were 60 to 64 to get one. But if you are 65 plus, you're definitely going to get that golden gun.
Oh, is that only 300 to get one?
Yeah, it's only 300. But you're only going to get awarded 40 plus the number of games that you've played. So imagine you've maybe got around 40 already.
No. Number of games you've won, isn't it?
Yeah, number of games you won. Sorry, yeah. Imagine you've got around 40 already.
Highly doubt that.
All right. Well,
I reckon 19.
Wait, I'm confused. You need to spend CPs and something else? Or you
get a competitive point every time you win a game. So
plus these
are the bonus ones, end of season bonus, your bonus chest, and you need to total aim gun.
Hang on, you'll have to say it again. Discord decided that you weren't allowed to talk. Say it again.
300 total to get a golden gun.
Yeah, that's right.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Okay. So another 6 seasons or more, and maybe I'll.
I'm surprised you haven't been playing a huge amount of Overwatch, have you? What rank are you at, Joe?
Oh, I'm 42. I haven't really enjoyed it since competitive came out. I had a lot more fun with the casual mode for some reason. I kind of feel like that as well. I just don't enjoy it solo at all. Whereas casual mode, I could just log in and play it, no problem. There was no kind of pressure or anything. And whereas, since doing my placement, I've probably only played about 10 games since then, I guess. Yeah.
It's funny, I kind of wanted competitive because I like the idea of competitive, but it's kind of ruined normal me because like now that normal counts as it doesn't matter, which is like, yeah, I agree that is kind of what it's there for, but then ranked is so bad when everyone's like whinging and it's like, oh, can't we just play normal? But like we actually try and win, please.
Yeah.
But like,
It's so rare that you get that amazing game in ranked. And I don't even mean like that you have to win. I mean, Crit Happens is in chat at the moment. I was in a game with him earlier this week where we just had the most amazing game. Like I think we were queuing me, him, and somebody else. And the other 3 people that joined the game, they were the first ones on the comms. They were chatting. They were really friendly. They were shouting out what different tactics that they wanted to use, and everyone calling different positions where the enemy players were at all times, and always discussing our options, always discussing ultimates and everything. It was really, really good fun. It was almost like playing in a 6-man team, but it was just, I think we were a 3, a 2, and a 1 queuing together. And it was really good fun. And just because of our communication, I feel we absolutely smashed the enemy into the ground. It was Temple of Anubis, I think, and we won 4-2 in the end, or 4-3, but it felt very, very one-sided. And it was really, really good fun. In fact, yeah, Crit is in chat now saying 3 is the sweet spot. If you're queuing for 3 is that really nice spot where you kind of have enough control over the game.
I think that as well.
That you can make sure the team composition is as good as it possibly can be. And then also there's 3 of you that can get into that communication and usually have that effect. But like I say, in this game, we didn't have that effect. These guys were doing it on their own instantly, and it was really cool. But if you can find 3 people to queue with, it really does feel like that sweet spot. Anything more, and it starts becoming quite difficult because the other side can be a lot better coordinated. Like if you end up with 2 people on your side, if you're the 4 and a 2, or you might end up with 2 people on your side that have got no interest in communicating and no interest in anything like that, and you just kind of feels like they are much more coordinated than you are. But I feel 3 always kind of feels like that good game you get out of queuing 3. Like even if you lose, you still feel like it was a good game. That's definitely worth queuing as a 3. I myself, I think the highest rank I've been this season is 62, so I'm lining up for 200 competitive points at the moment. I keep saying, me and Ellie keep saying that we're gonna push for 65 at some point. But Ellie's probably gone and done it without me.
Pushing for 65 seems worth it. I mean, it's a massive jump in 100 extra competitive. It's a lot.
It'd be nice.
It gives you a reason to do it.
Yeah, definitely. In fact, you're motivating me even more now. I'm gonna play some games tomorrow. What day is it tomorrow? Tuesday. Yeah, tomorrow. All right, the other Overwatch news that we have before we move on to Hearthstone, which I'm hoping is going to liven Martin up a little bit. I'm pretty sure we start talking about Hearthstone cards, he's going to start getting that.
Yeah, I'm actually really looking forward to that. Saving myself.
So we'll get into that bit in just a moment. So the Overwatch Cup has been announced for BlizzCon. Which is going to be sort of like the Football World Cup. And obviously, I mean real football, not that American egg ball nonsense.
You mean soccer?
Soccer, yeah. And so invites have been sent out. In fact, the people that were invited, they had up until today to accept their place or not. And they will have to generate votes to see if they will be voted into the team to represent their country. At one point, we were thinking it was just everybody in the top 500. If anybody that had been in top 500 at some point was getting an invite, but we have had reports of people that are in top 500 that haven't received invites, although they were all American. And obviously, if you're looking at top 500 in Europe, there's lots of people from lots of different countries, so it's a lot easier to kind of get together a group of people that you would want to be generating votes to play for their country, whereas obviously in Europe, we're lots of different countries. Hang on, I was saying that first.
I was thinking that. In Europe is this. However, in Europe is that this.
However, in America, obviously, they would all be representing one country, and so there's probably a lot fewer spaces.
Wow, I mean, 1 million or however many Canadians there are just got really angry.
That is very true.
It's probably about 1 million. It's probably about 1 million. I don't know.
I am very sorry, Canada. I didn't mean to offend you. I didn't mean to. You guys are the good ones, honestly.
Yeah. Wow, offend the other guys as
And it's
anything
going.
for the Mexicans? Anything for the Mexican fans? No.
No,
No, don't even go there. I don't. No.
I'm not going to go there. I'm not going to spout any racial stereotypes about anybody in anywhere around the world, apart from people in the UK, because we're all a bunch of tea drinking cockneys. What was I saying, Martin? Where was I? Okay, yeah, the finals. This will all play out with a tournament at BlizzCon. It looks like it's going to be pretty cool. It's going to be very much a show match. It all looks like it's going to be in good fun. But I do believe the players are going to get a participation fee. But I don't know how much that is. So if you are involved, I think there is a chance that you might get paid. You will get flown to BlizzCon. You will get to take part. You get to go to BlizzCon for completely free, which will be so cool. Sorry, chat is saying it's Canada, not Canada. I do know that.
He didn't. He totally
Being
didn't.
silly. All right, before I stumble over my words, let's wait. I've already done that. Before I stumble over my words some more, let's get ourselves into Hearthstone. So the big news is that Hearthstone expansion is coming this week. In fact, on Thursday this week. What's the date on Thursday? Is
Wait,
it going to be the 11th?
11th.
This week?
Yeah.
Yeah, 3 days. 3
Holy
days.
crap. I didn't realize.
I haven't bought it. Is there a bonus card back if I buy it early?
But No Man's Sky is out on Friday. That's... God
Okay.
damn.
Joe.
Why does everything always come out at the same time?
I do want to play No Man's Sky, but I like playing online multiplayer games. No Man's Sky is an online single player game.
It is multiplayer. It's just 1 in a billion chance of meeting another
Yeah, exactly.
in the same universe. That's all.
There's only one
That's
online.
a perfect multiplayer game for me. I'm playing with other people, but they're miles away.
Fantastic. That's exactly what you want out of your online game. I probably will still check it out at some point because I am interested to see if it lives up to the hype. And that game did have a hell of a lot of hype, and it's got some very interesting going in it. But what we are going to do is we're going to discuss some of the cards that are coming out this week. So what we normally do on the Unstable portal with card releases, for those of you that either have no interest in Hearthstone or just here because they love Martin's beautiful face, Joe's amazing insight, and my apparently smooth voice. This is still something I'm coming to terms with, but people seem to keep telling me.
I'm not sure.
My
But
face
it
is
is a fact.
smooth. Look at this.
Certainly
All the
insight
way
thing.
round. It's smooth.
It's very accurate anymore. But,
I don't know. Joe, you're still the resident expert. If you're feeling that you don't have that much insight, it just proves just how stupid me and Martin actually are.
I'm the least not expert. Yeah. No, I don't know.
But
Okay.
we've got some very fancy overlay work that I have done. If I click this button here, ooh, shiny. Sorry, you guys can't see this, but everybody that's watching either on YouTube or on Twitch right now can see the nice little box that's popping up. So the first thing that we're going to get is we're going to get the prologue. I believe everyone is getting the prologue for free, which is great. I've just lost my show notes. I'm just trying to pull them back up again. So we're going to get the prologue for free, which is going to be a fight against Prince Malchazar, which is the last boss of Karazhan, if I remember correctly. He was the final boss in Karazhan, but he's going to be the first boss that we fight at the start of the Hearthstone adventure. But hey, that's all good. You're going to get 2 rewards for killing this guy. The first one you're going to get is the Enchanted Raven. It's a Druid Beast minion, and it's just a 1-mana 2/2.
Never has such a boring card been so awesome.
Wait, can't we show the boring card?
I am showing the boring card to the stream. Joe, have you got the show notes open?
Yeah. No, I see
Yeah.
it. I see it. I was just waiting on the stream because I saw a big box and nothing in it. And
Oh,
We're 20 seconds behind that.
yeah.
actually, Martin, we're 20 seconds ahead of that, I'm afraid.
Oh, whatever. Time's difficult, we know this. Yeah, this is a good card that's going to get played a lot. I don't see there being many downsides to a 1-mana 2/2.
It's a beast as well. Like, this is
It's
crazy.
a druid only card. I mean, yeah, I suppose that does help the beast G's. Yeah. Helps like that curve for like that beast druid that they're desperately trying to make a thing.
Yeah, there's some other very strong beast synergy stuff in the expansion. So this is just gonna fill the one slot, I guess. And,
Well, this is the second 4-stat for 1-mana card that Druids have got as well, because they've got Living Roots as well, which was another big card out of one of the previous expansions that really helped out their 1-mana spot. This card seems really strong. 2/2 for 1 mana.
It's not really strong. I mean, it is strong. I mean, it's like you think about 2-mana 2/2s that then get +1 spell power or taunt or some other crazy thing. Just the fact that it can't get pinged off. You get really annoyed when you have to. When you play this on turn 1 and you're there and you can't ping it off and you don't really want to frostbolt it or anything like that because you're using a bigger card. I suppose if the other person puts a 1-drop down, then it's a 2/1 or whatever. Well, it won't even trade then because you'll just use your hero power to. Yeah, it is strong, isn't it? And then
it trades into 3 health minions as well with your hero power on turn 2.
Yeah,
which is pretty strong for killing like Murgleton and things like that.
Wow, so boring yet so majestic.
Also, how much mana is the? Remember the new Beast synergy spell that came out where it gave a buff and then drew a card if it was a beast.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that card.
Oh yeah, it's like give a minion +2/+2 if it's a beast, draw a card. There's some more druid beast synergy cards coming up as well. I've looked through most of them. I'm not sure if it's this wing or not, so we might get to discuss them either next week or so. But yeah, they are once again definitely pushing for beast druid more and more. They've been pushing for it for like 3 expansions or so, and it still hasn't actually become a thing. Could this finally be the expansion that does it? We'll have to wait and see. For now, we're going to move on to the next card that we get for killing Prince Malchezaar, which is the Firelands Portal, which is a mage common spell, 7 mana.
Casino spell.
Yeah, casino mage spell. Joe's already in there.
I was going to say that.
he's judging the card already, but let me just finish reading it out. It's 7 mana, deal 5 damage, summon a random 5-cost minion. I mean, it's Casino Mage, but that also feels kind of strong as well. I mean, it's 5 damage for 7 mana in a spell. Obviously isn't that great, but it's also summoning a 5-cost minion. How many bad 5-cost minions are there?
Just so expensive.
Yeah, but I mean, it's almost Fireball plus
it's not almost Fireball.
For a bit more mana.
For a lot more mana.
But I mean, value-wise, it's
between
fine.
7 and 4.
Like value-wise, the card is costed totally fine.
Yeah.
What if it was a minion? What if it was a minion? What if it was 7 mana, 5/5, deal 5 damage? Because this isn't random damage either. You get to target it.
Yeah, but I mean, you have enough burn in there. This is the thing. You already have a lot of burn. I mean, I suppose like it might go in tempo mage. I don't know. It's so expensive, though. It's so expensive at 7 mana. I know you get a 5-cost minion. What if it is a 5-cost minion? Most of them are quite good, though. You don't have a lot of like crappy bodies. There's 4-cost minion. There's loads of like 4-drops that are sort of 2/4s and stuff like that. Like that want a battle cry where they summon something or draw a card or do something. Whereas I suppose 5 mana ones are a bit better. But you just don't need the burn anyway. It's not like you don't have a ton of removal already.
It's another tempo play for mage, and it's another really good high event that you can put into Reno Mage or Grinder Mage.
That is true.
I think like at that point, like the cost seems high if you're playing like a low curve tempo mage, I guess.
If you're playing Reno Mage, I mean, you can put obviously this can go in. It's not a bad card. I just don't necessarily think there's space for it in a lot of decks. You could just have a solid 5-drop instead of this in your deck, and you're like, yeah, I'm going to play that 5-drop on turn 5. It's solid. Yeah, what happens if you have this and they've got an empty board and you've got an empty board and you get this? Do you do 5 damage? You have to do 5 damage to the dome to get a 5-cost minion.
Yeah, you accidentally hit yourself and summon a minion.
if you've got 7 or more mana and you're top decking, or this is the only minion that you can play, then that's fine. At least it's something to play. Because if it was just a burn spell, in fact, that's got to be the time where it has the advantage over a burn spell. Because
this wouldn't be a burn spell. Like this would probably be a 5-drop or a 6-drop, something in your deck.
Yeah.
The other interesting thing though is like all the spells or minions that create a mage spell, like these spells that they're getting this expansion are just going to add to that pool of cards. So a lot of the times you're going to be getting this basically from a random occurrence rather than putting it in your deck as well, I guess.
I like getting out of
What's the
Kabbalah's
one that-
tome. or
Yeah,
something
exactly. Out of
that.
tome or something like
Or
that.
some kind of discover mechanic might be nice.
Yeah.
Actually, and also it's going to be good for Arena. It's pretty good. It's common, which means it's going to come up a lot in Arena. And also with Arena always being choose to favour whatever the latest expansion is, I'm guessing you'll be seeing this card a lot if you play Arena. And I'm sure Mage will always be a strong Arena deck, Arena class, sorry. So this might be a card that you see a lot of. I believe every class is getting a portal from what I've seen of some kind, which is kind of cool.
Is that what the theme is?
Yeah. It's a spell effect that summons a minion, and they're all different costs. So the warrior one, I don't think we've got in here this week. I'm just scrolling through.
So that's armor.
No, the warrior one's not in it, but it's like 4 mana, give yourself 4 armor, and summon a 4-cost minion or something crazy like that.
I think it was 6 mana. I think.
Oh, okay. Yeah. It's like give yourself armor and then summon a random minion for. I'm pretty sure it's a 4-cost minion for the warrior one, but I'm not sure the mana cost.
It was.
All right, so that's Firelands Portal. Then after you've completed that, you don't get any bonus for killing Prince Malzahar, even though it's kind of the prologue and kind of like a free wing. It's basically just a free boss. You get to fight him for free, you get the cards for free. Good guy Blizzard just giving us stuff for free. The first one that you'll have to unlock.
Good guy Blizzard, go and try this crack. It's really tasty.
Get them kids hooked early.
Nothing's free from Blizzard.
So once you got addicted to this crack, as Martin likes to put it, from playing that for free, you'll then move on to the parlor, which you will have to unlock for gold or spend your real hard-earned money on. Likely, I will be spending my real hard-earned money on because I don't ever have any gold because I don't play enough Hearthstone to have gold. Anyway, the first boss that you will fight in the parlor is the Silverware Golem. And the first reward that you'll get from him, he's also a 2-card reward boss. You will be getting the Deadly Fork, which is a common rogue minion, 3 mana, 3/2, Death Rattle, add a 3/2 weapon to your hand. I'm not sure how much the weapon costs for this. I actually meant to look it up, but I've just realised I haven't done that. It costs 3 mana.
It costs 3, yeah. It's a
Really?
3 mana, 3/2 weapon with a 3 mana, 3/2 minion. It's horrible.
Here's a understated minion that will give you a card in your hand that is an understated weapon when your hero power already gives you a weapon.
Yeah, what? I thought it would be
equipped
2
it.
mana. I thought it was going to be a Fiery War Axe. That's what I assumed it was going to be. I can't
Even
believe it's
then,
3
even
mana.
if it was a Fiery War Axe, it wouldn't be as strong because the real strength of Fiery War Axe is you play it on turn 2, kill their 2-drop, and then they can't play their 3-drop easily.
Yeah, that is true.
Whereas this is like play this on turn 3, it dies like straight away, let's say, and on turn 4, off of curve, you get to play a Fiery War Axe and float a mana. Yeah, or then you wait to turn 5 and you no longer kill anything with it.
Well, fair enough. At least the card art's kind of cool. It just kind of reminds me of a evil dimensional Beauty and the Beast kind of thing going on there. Look at the little guy.
Okay, little cardboard card art. It's got that going for it. Well done, nice card.
It'll probably still be decent in Arena.
Yeah, that's true.
It is a common card, and I suppose more cards that give you more cards in Arena is always good because resources are usually pretty thin in Arena. Fair enough. All right, the second reward you get for killing the Silverware Golem is the Silverware Golem himself. It's a Warlock card, rare Warlock card, 3 mana, 3/3. If you discard this minion, summon it.
This card's really cool. They've actually done quite a bit with the whole discard Warlock. You see Fist of Jiraxis or whatever that awful card is. It's coming back. It will be a thing.
It is called
Maybe
Fist of
not.
Jiraxis, yeah.
But this is good. This is a 3 mana, 3/3. If you're playing a deck with lots of Doom Guards or what's the burn spell called?
Soulfire.
Soulfire. Yeah, then this is a perfectly good card to have. It's not exciting, but you'll get in Reno Lock, I guess, as well. That kind of thing.
That's true. At least it. I don't know. Like, there's a lot of 3/4s around these days that you might rather have. I don't know. Like the problem with Fist of Jiraxis was it was a 4 mana spell to randomly do 4 damage. Like, it just didn't work.
Yeah.
Whereas at least this is a card where it's like, well, it's turn 3. I can play this. I don't mind playing this. It's not like Fist of Jaraxxus, which you would never ever play. You'd only ever wanted it to get discarded, and your chances of doing that was so slim. Whereas at least this is like, oh, I might discard this. That would be good.
I wasn't saying that Fist of Jaraxxus is a good thing.
Oh, no, I know you weren't, but you did bring it up, so I just wanted to remind everybody that it is pretty garbage.
But this card's fine. Like it'll see place in some decks. I think not going to set the world on fire, but it's interesting. It's an interesting thing to have. They're certainly thinking about. I think they want people to play some of these cards to do with discard more, and they need more upside on it, kind of thing, or more cards that will gain from discard. I guess that's what they're thinking.
Yeah, it definitely felt like they were, with that Fist of Jaraxxus, I think we said at the time, it feels like they might be building towards a new mechanic for Warlocks. And like they always seem to do with Hearthstone, they kind of slowly put this stuff out. Like, dragons weren't really a thing after Blackrock Mountain, but then after the expansion, after Blackrock Mountain, all of a sudden, dragon decks were really good, really viable. In fact, I think that's when Dragon Priest was born. And it's
similar. It's similar to like we were saying about that beast, the beast druid card. It's all about filling out the curve. You can put some in, but it doesn't matter if everything crosses over. If they're all 6 mana, you can't play them all. You need the whole curve to fill out. So if the whole curve fills out, you in the right spots. Then
yeah, fair enough. All right. The next boss you will be fighting seems very much like it won't be a boss. It's going to be something called the Magic Mirror. And the first card that you'll get as a reward from the Magic Mirror is Call of the Wild for Warlocks. Kind of. It's a common spell, 5 mana, Karakazam, summon a 1/1 candle, 2/2 broom, and 3/3 teapot. None of them have charge. It's got nothing
Disney.
It's got, this is proper Beauty and the Beast business going on here. But yeah, none of them have charge, but this card just instantly obviously reminded me of Call of the Wild. It's Call of the Wild for Zoo. You're getting 6/6 worth of stats for 5 mana across 3 bodies, which I think's pretty good. I mean, how do you feel about this card? It's got pretty good synergy with Darkshire Councilman.
So it's a mage card?
No, Warlock card.
Oh, it's a Warlock card.
So it's giving Warlock 3 bodies for 5 mana, essentially.
Yeah, you're getting 6/6 worth of 5 over 3 bodies, which seems something that Zoo would quite like to do. Like you said, Dark Council and everything like that. It can probably see some play.
Yeah, I mean, Warlock does a lot with spreading out minions.
Yeah. That's the thing, because it has all the, that power of... A 1/1 is so much stronger with Warlock when you got things like Power Overwhelming and that in the deck.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, that's what Zoo does. It likes lots of little minions with which to just wear you down until it just eventually kills you. Death by 1,000 cuts kind of thing. Although Zoo these days tends to run like Leroy and stuff. There's no more death by 1,000 cuts. It's like just going to wear you down and then like hit you in the face for 14 damage with Leroy, Power Overwhelming, and maybe a Abusive Sergeant or something. All right, the next card you get for defeating the Magic Mirror is Priest of the Feast, which is a priest minion, common minion, 4 mana, 3/6. Whenever you cast a spell, restore 3 health to your hero. The text on the card is alright, but it is a 4 mana, 3/6, which is pretty good.
Yeah, 4 mana, 3/6 is good as well for priest. Probably better than a 4/5 because they want the extra health to keep it alive, and it would still trade quite well with most stuff. The text is almost neither here nor there, I feel. It'll be it'll be fine at times and it'll keep you alive, but it's not exactly exciting. It's not exactly going to push the card over the edge. I don't know.
It's not really.
Everyone's down on priest anyway. Everyone says you're not going to play priest anyway, so go home, priest.
The buzz that I've been seeing about this expansion is everyone is convinced, and I'll admit not for the first time, that this is going to bring put priest into the meta. This is it. It's happening.
It's the opposite, isn't it?
Yeah.
Everyone's complaining it's terrible for priest.
Everyone's going rest in peace. It's done. Never. I think everyone was like, yeah, it's going to happen. Don't worry, Blizzard have got this. And then they saw the cards and went, no, forget it.
Oh, poor old priest. All right, well, we're going to leave Priest of the Feast behind. Sorry, Joe, did you want to say something?
No, I was just going to say that you're right. The stats are nice, but the spell effect just does nothing. It might as well not even be there, basically. I mean, kind of a little bit nice against aggro, I guess. But
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it's a little bit nice against aggro, but yeah. All right, the next... Oh, sorry, we need to move on to the next boss. The next boss. Sorry, I've got things spaced out across different things, and it's very difficult to keep up with exactly what I'm doing. So the next boss is going to be the Black King, which I'm guessing is going to be some kind of reference to the chess event in Karazhan, especially looking at the rewards. So the first reward you get for killing the Black King is the Onyx Bishop, which is another priest minion, rare this time, 5 mana, 3/4, battle cry, summon a friendly minion that died this game. So this is a 5 mana, 3/4 with the resurrect spell combined. So essentially, mana cost, it's perfect, because resurrect costs 2 mana, and the 3/4 should be 3 mana, so Bob's your uncle.
But as we all know, that's not how it actually works.
It's horrible because they're already not working very well.
Yeah.
So you play this on turn 5. You play this poor excuse for a 5-drop stat, and then get your 2-drop back again or something. I mean, we all know that Resurrect can do stuff, but like any benefit you get from using this to get back. What's the name of the guy that does the damage to himself so he comes back as a 4/7 instead of a 4/3?
Blade Master.
Yeah, Blade. And so you use that, and he comes back as a 4/7 because he doesn't have his battle cry, and it's great. Yeah, I did it with Resurrect. But you play this guy, and you get that, and it's like, oh, I've got this crappy 3/4 still, and that was 5 mana. That was my whole turn. Could have been playing something good.
Yeah.
It's bad.
It's a little bit too understated. I think we're pretty unanimous on this one. All right, the second chess piece that you get for defeating what is likely going to be a chess event is the Ivory Knight. This is a paladin minion, rare minion, 6 mana, 4/4, battle cry, discover a spell, restore health to your hero equal to its cost. So I guess this is in a similar vein of, is it Holy Wrath? Is that the spell that you draw a card and you deal damage equal to its mana cost? So
yeah, well, I mean, like, apart from this one's good.
Whoa. Yeah. Wait, let me finish what I'm saying. But it's obviously a very similar... Paladin is the only one that seems to have this mechanic, and it is in a similar vein to that. But obviously, this one, you get a lot more control over it because it's Discover. And as we know, Discover is really, really good most of the time. So we don't mind that this is a 4/4 for 6 mana because it is giving us a spell and healing us and doing all kinds of good stuff. Martin's obviously loving it. We've already heard from him. Joe, what do you think about this card?
Yeah, it's really good. Always love Discover. Discover's super strong on pretty much any card that it's come out on. Value-wise, it's amazing being able to pick which card you want. Restoring more health to your hero equal to the cost. I mean, Pally does that with so many cards now.
Yeah, but I mean, it's
okay.
nice. It's good. Like, to discover a spell. Is a 6 mana 4/4 discover a spell enough? Play it.
Probably
well,
not.
Cost-wise, no, because the cards that are just discover a spell or discover a card for nothing with nobody only cost 1 mana.
Yeah, I know, but you still get a 6 mana 4/4, and the thing is, I suppose, if you're playing a sort of a mid-rangey kind of game, you can discover a spell based on what you want. Do you want a big heal from a lay on hands, like from the actual from this card, and then you have another lay on hands, or do you want? You can pick the consecrate that you actually need. Even you get a consecrate in your hand and you heal for 4. That suddenly seems quite nice. Or kings, or many things.
Yeah,
I think, especially like in mid.
Sorry,
that's all right. We both like started talking and stopped talking, stop talking.
Actually, that's a really good point. I just think like you get this one and you get 3 secrets, and you go, wow, 3 1 mana cards, and they're all crap.
Yeah,
I don't know if it's strong enough over other available cards is the only thing to actually fit into a deck. Like, looking at the card, it looks fine, and you'll have to discover. It's not going to destroy your deck, but it's not like
all the Discover.
I'm instantly going to put this into Paladin now. From now on,
Yeah, it's an interesting card. Generally, cards that give you more cards are very good. Like, especially like Martin said, in the mid-range decks and mid-range versus mid-range matchup, like card advantage is very important because you don't tend to have a huge amount of draw. You do have some draw, but not necessarily like, not like a combo deck where you're just trying to cycle through your deck to end to get to the end. And Caboda's Tome, like we thought was going to be too slow at some point. So I remember when we were discussing that, we weren't sure. We probably said it would be good in grinder decks. I'm pretty sure that was said, but I think Caboda's Tome is getting a lot more use than we necessarily expected. I mean, I'm only judging this from the Hearthstone that I watch, so I obviously don't play a lot these days, but I do still watch a fair bit.
Yeah. It's still in grinder decks mostly, though, I think. I mean, Tempo sometimes runs one off, maybe.
Fair enough. Fair enough. Okay, so that'll be the end of the wing, and of course, it wouldn't be the end of a wing without the rewards, and one of those rewards being a legendary. I don't think there's any class challenges coming with this expansion at the moment, is what it feels like, because a lot of the class cards seem to be coming as rewards to the end of wings, or the website that I was looking at has just got the information a little bit muddled up. But we are going to get 2 rewards for clearing out the first wing, and the first of those rewards, we'll have a little look at the legendary, which is going to be Moros. He is, of course, legendary, which means he's neutral. All legendaries in adventures are always neutral cards, or at least they have been so far. He's a 3-mana 1/1 with stealth. At the end of your turn, summon a 1/1 Steward. Steward. Yeah. So it's a 3-mana 1/1 that's going to summon another 1/1, and potentially is going to summon more 1/1s at the end of your turn if they don't clear it.
Or just insta-die to warriors, anything, I guess. But against anybody else, it might be cool.
I like the fact that they've made this card like as a neutral card. I like having like weird spawner deck type things. Just having to get rid of that 1/1 every time will start to get annoying.
I think, Martin, maybe we'll have to update your card from our Unstable Portal artwork and give you stealth, because this is currently basically your mechanic. Is you have a 50% chance at the start of your turn to summon a 2/2 baby. If I remember the card right, I can't remember. I've not looked at it for a while.
Yeah, that's right. I beat this.
Damn, you've lasted a lot of turns.
Yeah. Well, yeah, 3 turns. I made 3 turns.
That's a long time. Yeah, it looks interesting. 3 mana is quite a lot still. To just plunk down a 1/1 that's not doing anything that turn, and then just produce another 1/1. And at the most, and you don't really want to attack with it because the whole point is to get value out of it and for it to churn out more 1/1s. And the amount of time it's going to take to get value off of it with those is it's probably not going to work. It looks fun, but I don't think it's playable.
I don't even know that it'll work with anything now, but it's a good card to have in the game that people can do stuff with other times.
Yeah, it does require them to have to do something with it. Like you say, against Warrior, and obviously at the moment it's a very warrior-heavy meta in the game at the moment, so it's quite hard to judge, because Warrior will just so easily deal with this. But actually, a lot of classes, it's usually pretty expensive AoE removal. Mages don't run Arcane Explosion. It just doesn't happen. I mean, with things like Caboda's Tome in the game, they might pull one out of that. They might discover one at some point to deal with it. But generally, a lot of the classes, they don't have nice, easy ways to deal with this. And
summoning a 1/1 can get really annoying.
And obviously, there's things like Explosive Shot or Power Shot from Hunter, but you can make sure you make it a very difficult choice for them with the positioning of your stuff. But yeah, it's an interesting card. Maybe some use will get out of it. If it doesn't get dealt with, it is a free Paladin hero power every turn, which sounds pretty good.
Yeah, I mean, in things like Octasco said, like things like Token Druid might be able to do something with it. I mean, it does do not a similar job, like a Violet Teacher in a way, but not the same way. Not as good, but I don't know. It can stick around longer. Like you say, it's a lot harder. Not many people, apart from Warrior, actually have a lot of removal that they'll want to use on this. So,
yeah, fair enough. All right, let's look at the final rewards you get for clearing out the first wing, the Parlor. And that is a warrior spell called Protect the King. A rare spell, 3 mana. For each enemy minion, summon a 1/1 pawn with taunt. Now, this is a card that I think is very interesting. I honestly don't know if it's going to be good or bad, and I want to hear what you guys think about it.
If aggro becomes a thing, it's pretty strong.
Well, that Hob Bolster deck, wow.
Because
yeah,
it's
it's got
just like
amazing-
in Warrior, like the only time aggro generally kills Warrior is just by killing him quickly enough. Like, if you flood the board and you're like, great, I'm going to win in the next turn or 2 turns or something, and he just drops this, it's like, you have to get through all the taunts, and then by then he's going to armor up a bunch of times. And But yeah, I guess there would have to be a heavy aggro meta for it to be worth it.
The thing is, you have to, yeah, exactly. You have to be. The thing is, for this to be good as well, outside of things like bolster and that, which probably still isn't going to be worth it. You have to essentially be losing. Like when they've got 3 things on the board, you get 3 1/1s, which is where you get value as like 3 3s worth of stats for this card. But you're already losing quite badly when they have 3 stuff on the other side of the board, probably.
Yeah. I mean, maybe the taunt bolster deck will end up being strong enough at some point that adding this in will make it even better, rather than this being the card that enables the deck. Do you know what I mean? It just might be at some point that it's just like, wow, actually adding this in now.
Well, you see, I saw it. I saw it as quite a powerful stall card, and I don't mean. I see it I see it functioning in a similar way to Frost Nova for mages. So essentially, this means that they're all taunt. So any minions, it'll summon equal to the number of minions that they have. So there's no way without a silence they can attack something that doesn't have taunt without killing all of these first. Now, obviously, they might be able to use a spell to kill all of these first, and Frost Nova is far more powerful. But you might be able to combo it with something like The End is Coming, Doomsayer. Yeah. In the same way that Mage combos Frost Nova with Doomsayer. Obviously, like saying Frost Nova is a lot more reliable because they don't just have to use some kind of AoE spell to get through it all. But it does mean they don't have to use an AoE spell to get through it all.
Or you could just play Brawl for 5 mana instead and go, I'll do that.
That is true.
You could play this and then Brawl and hope to keep
That's true. That does increase your chances of one of your minions surviving.
I also like that it's an extra spell, though, for Yogg Warrior. Because you can never have enough decks that run Yogg, in my opinion.
An extra spell for Yogg Warrior. Yeah, I mean, it's obviously got the synergies of Bolster. But yeah, I just wanted to put that out there about the Frost Nova idea. The more I talk about it, the more I think about it, the more I'm like, it's not Frost Nova. It's just not Frost Nova. It could possibly be in some situations, but I think those situations are going to be too few. Too few. Well, that's the end of the cards that we're going to be looking at this week. Next week, we'll be looking at the following Wings cards and going through all of them then. These cards will be out on Thursday, and obviously the following Thursday will be when the next lot of cards are out. So you've got us to look forward to talking about them just before you get them. We feel that's a lot more useful for you than us just running through them at 1,000,000 miles an hour in one show, and then you forget everything that we said, which is usually good for us because we're usually wrong about most of them anyway.
Definitely. These ones, like out of all these ones, see, for all that, out of all this, the best card is the 1 mana 2/2 Enchanted Raven.
That's kind of true, actually.
Like, as I look back through them, going, "Wow, that's the best we got this week." A 1 mana 2/2, no text.
Right, not to be too much of a downer, but like from all the cards I've seen, like it's not the most inspiring expansion this time. I think there's maybe.
Well, no, I don't think any of the cards got Inspire on him. In fact.
Hey.
Yes, I mean,
maybe one or two cards that are pretty excited about. But
yeah, there's a few cool cards.
Yeah.
We'll wait and see. We said the same thing about patrons.
Yeah,
and Flame Wakers.
And then that happened. That thing with Patron Warrior happened. Are you guys actually looking forward to the actual doing the PvE aspect of it?
Yeah, actually, yeah. I'm looking forward to the Black King one. I feel like that could be because that was the chess game in the raid, which is like was interesting anyway. I feel that could be a bit like the escape game. You know, in the last one, the League of Explorers, they did that whole boss, which is basically escaping from the temple. Which
that was really
a
cool.
boss. So I wonder if it's going to be similar to that. So that'd be pretty cool. I'm hopeful for that.
Yeah, I would expect something like that. That should be very cool. Are you going to get all nostalgic whilst playing through this with all those memories of those level 70 days, which was 10 years ago now?
No one was excited about Reno as well. That's a good point. No one was excited about Reno.
Not even Blizzard. Not even Blizzard were excited about Reno with that whole story about the fact that Twin Emperors was going to be was going to have the exact same mechanic on Reno on it as well. But then when they saw how popular Reno was and how well it worked, they were like, "Oh, we can't make Twin Emperors like Reno because that will make Reno decks ridiculous."
Yeah.
So yeah, not even Blizzard thought Reno was going to work, and then bam, like so many Reno decks.
You never know until you get it into a game. And you never know as well. It's always interesting when you have these small expansions because with the sort of small incremental change in the card pool, little things can change as they go along. It's, you know, when one of the major cards, I think like when Thorazan came out in BlackRock, I think it was. Like, you know, everyone was sitting there waiting for that. Or everyone was sitting around waiting for Lower Third, but, you know, in different expansions that have gone past. Because you don't get them all in one go. It's quite interesting how the game changes over, like, the month or how long.
Definitely. I'm definitely going to be getting this. I'll definitely be enjoying the PvE. I don't play much Hearthstone these days, but this is going to get me playing a few games.
I'm actually really excited to play again.
Awesome.
I want to play some games.
Oh, that's cool. We'll have to throw some deck demos out then. We'll have to get in there and actually play some Hearthstone together for the first time.
I don't know. Someone on all the videos, to see someone like posting on all the old videos, I swear, like Reb or someone, and like going, "Oh, I love these. Do more of these." And like, sad face. This used to be a Hearthstone channel, and now you only do Overwatch.
I'm sorry. Sorry, I let you down. I'll try and make it up to you. We'll get some good Karazhan content out there. Well, that brings us rather efficiently to the end of the show. We've been going for about an hour, so that works out quite well.
That did it well this week.
It's amazing how much better the show is when it's all properly planned and thought about, and I put the work in.
I know.
That show we did 2 weeks ago was a nightmare.
Hearthstone. So it goes back to Hearthstone. It's like,
yeah, we get this. We've done this. This is easy. We know all about this. We've been doing this for over a year. No problem. All right. Well, it just leaves me to thank the Patreons once again. Thanks again. Your donations are amazing. If anybody else would like to support the show, please visit the Patreon campaign on patreon.com/cynicalnerds. You can follow Joe on Twitter at Marsh_Joe. You can follow Martin at DustusWins. And you can follow me at Totally Futile, of course. Pronouncing my T's. Been out of London for long enough now. You think I could bloody do it? What else? What else do I want to say? If you're watching this on YouTube or Twitch and you would like to have an audio version for your ears, you can get this on any mobile app that does podcasts. Just search for Unstable Portal. We should be the only one that pops up. Or you can download it directly from SoundCloud if you want the MP3 for yourself. If you want to rip any sound bites of Martin saying stupid stuff, it's always good fun. It's something I like to do from time to time. It's on soundcloud.com/unstableportal. And the YouTube channel is, if you don't know, it's there, youtube.com/cynicalnerds, and Twitch is twitch.tv/cynicalnerds.
Everyone knows about that.
Great. Well, I believe that is it. And we'll be back next week. We'll see you then. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
bye.
Shotgun John said it earlier, and I wanted to bring it up, but then I ended up on a roll with whatever I was saying, and I forgot. He said he expected you to have mutton chops. Where's the mutton chops, Martin? You'd look amazing with chops. Yeah.
Yeah, I would do, actually. That'd be quite good.